So the basic idea behind the Louisiana channel is that what we find is that there's a huge force going on with social media, on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, of course, and there seems to be a lack of good, really high quality content amongst with art and cultural stuff in general. So what we decided to do is to make a channel about art, about literature, about design, about architecture, music, that will provide to the public a high quality content. Also what we found is that there seems to be, at the moment at least, no real business model for delivering this kind of content. There are lots of media are struggling at the moment with digitizations. You have the newspapers, books industry, obviously, the music industry, and it seems that narrow content, so the kind of content we're producing, seems to suffer from that lack of business model. So in a public service tradition, what we decided to do is to provide this kind of content, and also in a tradition of the Louisiana Museum, providing accessibility to art and more narrow content. So we release around 2 videos a week, approximately 100 a year. What we find is that the frequency is important. So for us to be able to feed the social communities, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and have the subscribers coming and actually subscribing to our channel, frequency is important. So you need quality, but you also need high frequency or quantity to actually to be able to run a channel like this on a high level at least. So from the onset, Louisiana channel was created as an independent channel, meaning that we were not supposed to feed back to the museum, which is, I guess, a bit different. It's thought in a different way than most museums do. So from the onset, it was not supposed to feed back, but obviously what we see now is that it does. So there's a high element of branding, obviously, of the museum when we get out there. And also what we see now is that the curatorial staff more and more seem to use our content in the exhibition rooms. It's not made for the exhibition rooms, but what we see is that it's actually relevant for the museum now. I think if I was to say one thing that we learned from Louisiana Channel is that, I mean, we try, obviously we have the resources to provide very high quality content on a high frequency. But the main thing is that content is important. So, and no mixed messages, meaning that you need to have a very clear content strategy, delivering real good content. And then you can do this with very, very little money. And if you have the ability and the energy to actually push the content out there, and you have the energy and the will to talk about what you're doing, then you're able to do it. You can do it with an iPhone. You can, no problem.